We are all ready.
Yeah, this is still the best sports show in the whole of the world. I still need to start on a band radio scope on our YouTube channel as well at News Santa Sport. We'll be diving straight into a couple of issues today. Congratulations to Kachi. Wonderful congratulations. AC Milan qualifying for the Champions League in a while. And congratulations to the Arsenal fans as well. They can celebrate St. Tottenham Day this season. And of course, let's just dive straight into it. We have a lot of G's for you guys, a lot of stuff, action packed. You can actually reward this on YouTube as well. So we start from tennis world. The French Open is coming up and people are gathering. Okay, what's up? How's it gonna be and all? So Stefanos Tsitsipas defeated Cameron Norrie 6-3, 6-3 to win the Lyon Open. Preamble to the French Open. Like we said a couple of times before now, nothing is gonna change. It's not like anybody would defeat Rafa Nadal or Djokovic, but it's nice to have this kind of feelings among the young stars, trying to rise up to the occasion, right? Yinka, what do you think? That's my thoughts. I think it's still going to be about Novak and Nadal for the French Open. Realistically, your thoughts, Yinka?
Yes, Debo. The French Open is around the corner, and one of the pre-tournaments that we saw was the Italian Open, and to a large extent, that gave me an idea of what's going to pan out at the French Open. Rafael Nadal, we know, won the Italian Open for the men, and Iga Swiatek won the female singles title. And obviously, Rafael Nadal is the overwhelming favorite. However, like I said, never ever count out Novak Djokovic. He's such a well-rounded player that right now every turf is beginning to be his favorite turf. Whether clay, whether grass, whether artificial, everything is turning out to be his favorite turf. Again, Roger Federer will be making a comeback.
Don't forget about Roger.
We know, but when you look at current form, obviously you're going to hand it over to Nadal. However, there's so many intriguing issues to look at.
Okay.
Novak is in contention for another title. He will always be a favorite, but Nadal is number one right now for that title.
All right, perfect. And of course, unless Kachi wants to add something. Kachi, want to say something?
I do, and but I really would touch more on the female side of that draw.
Okay.
It's always very hard to bet against Rafa Nadal, especially with coming on the back of a good win in the Italian Open. But the female draw looks likely to be the more competitive one. We currently have Simona Halep withdrawing because of a calf injury. Coco Gauff, the young teenage American sensation, just won her first title on clay, which means that she will be a force to reckon with. Naomi Osaka will perennially be a threat. It looks like it's more, in the past, it used to be pretty predictable on the female side than it is on the male side. But it looks like it's more competitive in the female section this year. I'm still really excited about what the potential matchups we'll get. I'm waiting to see what the draws would look like. However, I want to counter Yinka. Djokovic will forever be a hard court specialist, in my opinion. Federer will forever be a grass court specialist, and Nadal will be a clay court specialist. I'm really happy that all three have managed their grand slams, but it is Nadal's to lose until he loses it.
All right, perfect. And of course, Casper Ruud claimed a second career ATP, defeated Denis Shapovalov 7-6, 6-4 in the Geneva Open, which is a good one. Back to the young sensation that Kachi just spoke about, Coco Gauff. She's winning her second career single title. She defeated Wang Quan 6-1, 6-3 at the Emilia Romaga Open, which is a great one for her. And of course, like I just said before now, Semeralep is going to be skipping the French Open because of a calf injury. Big loss for everyone not seeing for not saying that we're not going to be seeing Semeralep at the French Open. It's going to be a great loss. Wale, how much of a loss is going to be not seeing this young and nice sensation at the French Open?
Yeah, it's going to be a great loss, considering the fact that I don't think at this stage you can mention 5, 6 possible winners of the French Open without probably putting her in the mix.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we all know how bad calf injuries could actually be. A calf injury is a potential. What do you call it?
Running,
There's
running
the,
injury for any player.
yeah. Most likely when you start having calf, then there's something with your what do they call it? There is this injury, there is this particular injury. That this injury Kevin Durant suffered when he was at
The Achilles heel.
Achilles, thank you. Yeah, Achilles. You know your calf, so you have to be very careful. You have to take every calf injury very serious. So for her, there are still other French Open she's still going to play in the future. So it's just good for her. It makes a lot of sense for her to sit out the French Open, but she's going to be a great miss.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go for you right now. The boxing world. It's 180, 109 million being touted. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. We thought we were going to see the fight slated for Saudi Arabia, August 14. Everything was set, right? And we're excited about it.
Yeah.
We were excited about it until middle of the week. I was hearing Wilder triggering a trilogy against Tyson Fury and the WBO mandating Joshua to fight Usyk for the WBO title. So now things have derailed. Tyson was, yeah, it was being Tyson, very rude, very erratic, very on court. Yeah, that's the word. Very on court with his shoots. And
Yeah.
unlike Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua responded on Twitter as well that he's a fraud, he's the biggest fraud of all time. Uh, is this just a media hype to the fight eventually, or what exactly happened with because realistically this should be on the table. All parties should know that this is possible, and they should have kept this at bay. So it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, and the fight between Tyson and Joshua will actually occur. Not this messy situation that we find ourselves in. You care to elaborate?
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Depo. What actually happened was quite surprising because we are already looking forward to August 13 to see the undisputed fight in the heavyweight division until last week. The court of arbitration that Wilder went to decided to tell Tyson Fury to make sure he honors the third fight. After the second fight, if we can remember very well, Wilder kept on saying it that they agreed to a 3-fight agreement. So there's still supposed to be a third fight that Wilder can trigger. It has always been on the table. But because of some things that happened, Tyson Fury felt he could, go ahead and fight Anthony Joshua and forget about that fight. Also, there's a possibility of him also coming to the table with Wilder. And there was a rumor also last week that Tyson Fury wanted to offer a step aside money for Wilder, but Wilder turned it down. That is why, that is why it came to this. Anyway, it was a rumor. We don't know if that is true or not. Now that the situation is Tyson Fury needs to fight Wilder, and the WBO organization has decided that AJ cannot keep his belt any longer, he needs to be active. So he
yeah,
needs
exactly.
to fight. Yeah, he needs to fight the mandatory challenger in the name of Alexander Usyk. Now, who is Alexander Usyk? A little bit is a new name in the heavyweight division, but this is a fighter everybody needs to be very, very wary of.
Wow.
Yes, he's actually the first person in the history of cruiserweight division to be undisputed. He's the first boxer ever to have the four belts in the cruiserweight division. Wow. And also when he made he vacated the belt to come into the heavyweight division and fought these British boxer that
Dillian White.
No, the guy that lost last month to Joseph Parker.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Derek Chisora, that's the name of the boxer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, thank you very much, Olayinka. Yeah, so when he came into the heavyweight, that was the person he fought, Derek Chisora, and a lot of boxing fans actually thought he was going to be bullied. To be sincere, he was shaking in the first 2-3 rounds, but he was able to win that fight. In short, Alexander Usyk is a contender. And I think Anthony Joshua
is going to be a bananas pill for Anthony
Joshua. It could be for Anthony Joshua. So I think he should just forget about Tyson Fury at the moment, forget about the war of words, and focus on beating Alexander Usyk.
Okay.
I have something I want to chip in on that. Let me go on record as saying that two things are likely to happen in the future based on this arbitration ruling, getting Fury to go on his trilogy with Deontay Wilder. The first possibility is that we will never see a Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight happen anymore. Because if Wilder should win, and it's looking very likely, because Tyson Fury is pretty long in the tooth. He's not as young, as spry as Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua. Yes, he might be a skillful gypsy king, but he's old. You know.
32 years old. What do you mean he's old?
It's not too old.
In boxing years, it takes a beating.
Anthony Wilder is not a good fighter, Kachi. It's going to be.
Doesn't matter. It does not. It truly doesn't matter. He's not a good fighter, but he's held his own in the past. My point really is that the first possibility is that fight may not happen again, especially if Wilder, by any means, manages within the first 3 rounds to surprise Fury.
Fury, yeah.
The second one is if it eventually happens, because I mean everybody wants to see. Because see, the main crux here is not that everybody wants to see Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. The main issue is every boxing fan wants to see the heavyweight division unified.
Yeah.
So I don't care if it's Fury versus Wilder versus Joshua, Usyk versus Fury. I just want to see an undisputed heavyweight champion. If Wilder should surprise Fury, it's a big if, but it's an if that is there.
Exactly. Yeah.
We may not see an Anthony Joshua Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury fight. If it eventually happens, the extra 6 months, extra 7 months, or extra 1 year, I believe plays into the hands of Anthony Joshua. I would like to see the fight happen, but more than that, I also would like to see the heavyweight title unified.
All right,
can I keep something there?
I wanted to ask you a question, actually. I wanted to ask you a question, but of course, if you have an opinion, you could just chip in it. But I have a question for you. Sheyi was talking about Alexander Usyk being a potential banana slip for AJ. How much do you rate him? I know you're so big on boxing. So how much do you rate this guy?
Well,
Sheyi is just hyping him because Sheyi already took bribe from the guy.
Yeah, I would like to. I want to disagree with Sheyi on because of the fact that one, Alexandra is a good fighter. Yes, 18 fights already. 13 by knockout. It's good, no doubt about it. But I want to believe that Anthony Joshua has learned his lesson from what happened to him during his 2 fights with John Reese. The first fight, everybody saw a John Reese who people thought was nobody. People thought he wasn't going to last long in the ring with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua laid down his guard, and the rest is history. John Reese won. However, the rematch was won by Anthony Joshua. Now, Alexandra is a pretty good boxer. However, we've seen Anthony Joshua evolve over the last 2 years. He now is more tactical in the ring. He knows how to manage the ring very well. And I want to believe that he's going to win that fight. But however, I need to say something about the whole heavyweight division. I quite agree with Kachi that what's it called? What's it called? An Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight may never happen. Why? In wrestling, there's one thing they call what's best for business. Triple H used to say so. As of now, it makes a lot of economic sense. Off the records, it makes sense to spread the belts around the weight class so that you can have more competitive fights. If a boxer unifies everything, it will take the shine of that. So right now, I believe that things are going to happen that will not make a unification fight to take place. And yes, and the good thing is, the trilogy fight between Wilder and Fury, we know it's going to be an exciting prospect. And at the end of the day, I want to believe that John Reese too is in the corner as the next champion. Yeah, he might have a say in one of the other fights. So it's going to be an interesting 1 year. They're going to spread the fight around. When I say they, I mean the promoters, the people in charge. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, a unification fight might just be an illusion.
Okay. I hope for the sake of the boxing lovers, that will actually happen one day. We'd love to see it. Like, I'm not so much of a boxing head, but of course, for me, I like to see what Tyson Fury would do to AJ, or what AJ would do to Tyson Fury. Honestly, that's what I want to see. For me, Wilder is not a good boxer. For me, I'll say it over and over again. It relies so much. I like to see an Efe Ajagba match versus Wilder compared to Wilder to Tyson Fury match. Honestly, trust me on that one.
That's of the big.
I know. I'm just saying. In my own word in my own word, I prefer to see it. I prefer if you would teach him 1 or 2 lessons, anyways. And of course, moving to the basketball.
I think they have the same style. If you ask me,
exactly. That's why I said I would like to see it. But
if
it looks like he uses jazz, that right hand is, I don't know. That right hand is,
I think if he uses.
I've never
uses the I think if he uses the Nigerian frustration to fight, that's what I see when I see
that guy is a bully. He's a bully in real life. And of course, the basketball world. Of course, we need to talk about the Golden State Warriors. I know Kachi does not respect them so much, but of course, Thomas Clay is our team.
I respect them a lot. Point of correction.
Okay, you don't respect them this season. You said we should not talk about them.
Until Clay Thompson returns. Until Clay Thompson returns.
Clay Thompson is awesome right now on the sideline. Much respect. Big ups to Steph Curry out of the playoffs. It's not like we did not expect this. At the start of the season, we expected this, right? And suddenly, Steph Curry went AWire on the bounce, doing so many things we did not expect him to do. Looks like he was going to drag them across the line, but he could not. Ultimately, what do you see for the Golden State Warriors next season? Potentially, this is gone.
Yeah, well,
understand that, but
for Steph Curry, let me start from Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything this season I've actually done to Steph Curry's career, I think it has actually gotten him that respect. I think many people think has been lacking. There is this silence or disapproval of Steph Curry, even among some of his fellow players. Some of them saying like, Steph Curry is not your usual kind of big basketball superstars. When you talk about big basketball superstars, talk about guards who are 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah.
Even the legend Magic Johnson, I think it was 6'9". So Steph Curry is just like us, just like normal guys on the streets. So many people believe it thrived under that Golden State Warriors system, whereby you have too many shooters, you can't double team any one of them. So there's always been that question of, can he actually do it in the bad team? And I think that is the question Steph Curry was able to answer this year. Yeah, he was able to answer that question this year. He dragged that team to 8th place. In fact, in their playing game against LA Lakers, I felt for them that they should have won the match, and immediately they lost the match. I knew that was going to take a toll on them, because it was just a day difference before they played the Memphis Grizzlies again. Wow. Let me say, eventually they played in the last game of the regular season. In sport, there is this thing about where you continue to play a certain team 2 or 3 times.
It just doesn't go well at a point.
It doesn't just go well, yeah. Especially when you weigh the 2 teams together and you see that there's hardly nothing between the 2 teams. So, but for me, you could see a lot of noise about from his fellow players now. All of them campaigning for Steph Curry to be the MVP, which I disagree with. I think it should actually be Nikola Jokic. But again, like I said, what it has done for him is to have probably earned him that respect that has been missing in his career. And for the Golden State Warriors as a team, well, let's see what they can do. I think they are not Klay Thompson returning, as in they are not Klay Thompson returning to the team from competing. I still think they'll probably need more. Klay Thompson have missed 2 years of basketball. We are not sure whether it's going to be the same player again. And in this era now, you probably need 3 superstars for you to do something. And Draymond Green, yes, his defense is still there, his playmaking is still there. But from what we've seen from Draymond Green this season, it doesn't look like a player that can consistently even give you 10 points. So I think with Klay Thompson returning, they will have to do one more signing. They need to bring a superstar into that squad if they still want to compete for the league. If not, by the summer of 2022, when Steph Curry's contract expires, it might probably explore the free agency market.
Yeah, okay. Don't worry. We would not give you so much hassles. Steph is coming to Los Angeles next season. Don't worry about it. And of course, we'll be talking more about the playoffs, and we'll be starting with the LA Lakers Phoenix Suns game.